Welcome to the Okanagan Sun Coaches Show. Ryan Waters and head coach Ben Macauley. Coach, it's been a tough last 3 games. Offensively, has the team moved the football like you expected?
We started to do a better job of it last game. We're going to make errors as coaches as we go through, and Mike Wolthausen, our offensive coordinator, has done an admirable job of trying to piece things together in his first year. And we make some mistakes, and we try and fix them every week. And we still make mistakes, and those are things we can recover from. But we're not doing ourselves any favors by turning the ball over and taking undisciplined penalties. So that sure hampered our offensive efforts.
32 penalties, setting a new team record last week in Nanaimo. How do you coach around that?
Well, part of it is, the biggest part is discipline. Mm-hmm. And, clearly we haven't done a good enough job in practice of keeping emotions in check. And we want guys to play with emotion and passion, but when it gets the better of you and causes you to make mistakes, then it's gone too far. There's something to be said about having the ability to control yourself, and we got a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys to the program who don't have that skill just yet. So that's something we're working on, and we hope to be in better shape by week 10. But it is what it is, and we've got to do a better job just today, and that's all we can focus on, is how do we get better tonight at practice and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Our defense is doing something different against you in the last 3 games compared to the first 6?
I don't think it's anything specifically different. I think there was a lot of hype around our team, and I think that might have intimidated some of the other teams to begin with. And as we get into the season, guys realize they're just other players with different colored uniforms on, and we're all kids. And whether we got a guy from the NFL or we've got a guy from Prince George, both guys are coming in and they're playing the same game, and they both both under 22 years old, and everyone's in the same boat together. And I think it's kind of a general feeling around the entire league is you get familiar with your opponents, and that's the one thing about BCF. So you get to know each other really well, and it makes it hard to beat a team multiple times. And we're going to have to play Langley twice in a row. So it's going to be more familiarity than ever. And that's something we have to work around and do a better job of preparing.
Do the Rams look differently compared to the first time you saw them?
A little bit, some personnel changes there, and some things they've tweaked to get moving in a good direction. And I think they're a good football team with a lot of young, talented players and very experienced coaching staff. So they're going to be different every week and probably a little bit better every week. And again, we talk about having the target on our back and being the returning champion. Everyone's got something to prove against us, so I don't expect that to be any different.
Last week, the Rams gave up a ton of offensive yards to the Rebels, over 500 yards. Can you pick apart their defense and see what the Rebels did and bring it to the Sun game? I
can, but the challenge will be passing that on to our quarterbacks and our offensive guys, and making sure they feel confident and prepared to go out there and do their job. It's one thing for us to figure it out and watch film, but our challenge is to convey it to our players and teach them to the point where they feel they can go out and make a difference.
It's a regular season finale, but is this a playoff game?
Absolutely it is. We're playing for not just a playoff spot or a home field advantage spot, but we've got a little bit of a chip on our shoulder with something to prove. We figured out exactly what our character is like in the last couple of weeks, and that stuff we've got to improve, and we can change that stuff. But it's a measuring stick for not necessarily where we are as far as offense or defense or stats, but about how resilient our group is, and how do we respond when things really do get tough.
We'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, Ryan.
Head coach Ben Macauley. It's the Sun and the Langley Rams at the Apple Bowl, the regular season finale, Week 10 on Sunday, an afternoon game at 1 o'clock.